It's getting crazy here, so take off all your trains.
I am getting so hot, I will take my train off.
That was like...
Oh, it's like Nelly's in the room.
That was like...
Oh.
What's really weird is Rob stuck a plaster to his face.
And me and Blake
No,
doing the
I
perfect
just cut myself.
harmony as well.
Wow.
Welcome to the Crazy Train episode 26. I'm your host Rob Wade. With me from left to right is Spike Direction.
I need to fart now.
So
You stole my fart.
I did.
From his body.
Lifter.
Give it back.
Give my body back. I'm Ibrahim.
Apparently when I belch, I disgust the entire room.
We'll look forward to that later on. Blake Homer.
Because I'm crazy if you feel like you're on a train too. Because I'm crazy, come along if you feel like I'm going a bit monotonous.
Sorry, from that clapping, I wanted to segue into, like, I want to take you to a crazy train.
Do you know what I sing when I hear
Don't
that
ruin all
song?
our fucking backlog.
If Weird Al can get away with it, why can't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I sing when I hear that song? Clap along if you feel like the song's not quite as good as its potentially gets merits.
I love the song,
Clap
but it is quite...
along
Well,
if
yeah,
you feel if it's a
heavily
little bit
played.
overplayed now.
Yeah.
Clap along if you feel like I've only got one note.
Crappy.
And then as if to spite you, he goes, clap along. It's a second note. Fuck you.
There you go,
Suck
then.
a dick.
Suck
If
my
you
balls.
listen close, there's no words in here, just clapping.
It goes on the sour coach.
So I thought who say you are?
It's the Wacky Coach, ladies and gentlemen.
So I
A
thought I'd
rival
start
podcast
off.
starting up next week. The Wacky Coach. Tune in. Subscribe on
Join the
iTunes.
Wacky
Good luck
Coach.
good luck getting these cunts together. So I thought
I live here.
Sorry, I was just masking the sound of me opening a bottle.
Gee, thanks.
These two are getting slightly drunk.
it's great. This is so much
I'm
fun.
enjoying this.
I really wish we could meet in somewhere neutral where we could all just kind of, you
Get
know,
drunk.
if I was independently wealthy, and I'm
I
not,
know.
but if I was, I would just book a hotel room for the purposes of recording the Crazy Train. We could all
Oh,
just crash
yeah.
there, get drunk and crash there. It'd be amazing.
I was going to say
Maybe we-
Primark, but that sounds
Fuck it,
better.
maybe we talked about the
Yeah,
chug
bit big.
the Chugapalooza where we drink stupid shit.
Yeah.
We could do that there.
Get together and, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Get together and do a hotel room.
Yeah.
Give me my
Fuck
keys
it.
back.
And everybody just like stacks up in bunks. Yeah. I bags in the button bunk
I'm sleeping in the fucking bath.
I'm
Fine.
second to the
in
end.
case there's a bee there.
Backseat the floor.
No, the one thing I always learned from house, one thing I always learned,
Then we'll fuck.
the one thing I learned from house parties, when everybody's really drunk and fucking, you know, and people are shaving eyebrows and shit like that,
Yeah.
sleep in the bath because the bathroom's one of the only rooms with a lock.
Yeah, but at
So
the same
you-
time, if it's kind of dickish if people.
No,
are
I don't
trying
care.
to
I
pee.
want my eyebrows on my face.
You, as a man who shits as much as you do, I thought.
Well, then
you
I
could-
belong
thought-
in the
I
toilet.
thought you'd understand.
Toilet troll.
What? Fine. I'll take the bath out of the bathroom, take the lock with me, put it in the hallway.
Not the bath.
That's
No one
absolutely.
could get
That's
in.
Omer'd the only guy who brings a
that's
screwdriver to a party.
Absolutely acceptable compromise with no long-term drawbacks. So I thought I'd start off the show with a dream I had. So you're going to love this one.
What?
So I was
Nothing more boring than when people talk about their dreams.
no, you'll
Carry
like
on,
this,
Rob.
You'll like this one.
He'll be telling about his baby next.
You'll like this one.
Here are my aspirations.
I've got a flip book of it, Slowly Breathing, also known as
What
Facebook.
animal could you fuck if you could fuck an animal?
Have you been reading the mailbag?
No, I've been reading the Daily Mail.
Duck.
Oh, you've been reading the mail
So,
bag. You've been reading the mail in a bag. Anyway,
Suck
I had this
balls.
dream.
I fuck a duck.
fuck a dog.
I had this dream. I was in my old house, the scene of pretty much every ridiculous dream I've had, and I hear a noise downstairs. Now I'm not asleep in the dream. I'm obviously asleep in real life, but I'm not asleep in the dream. And neither is my dad, so we can't.
Hey, Dad, heads up.
I looked on the outdoor. Did you hear that? He's like, yeah, I hear that. So we gather some like blunt objects and just kind of make our way downstairs. And in the living room is this bloke carrying something that I seem to know for no inexplicable reason other than because it's in the dream and thus I know everything that's in the dream, that it's explosive what he's carrying.
Fucking hell.
So only one of my belches that seems
No,
to
I
shock
thought
people.
you were doing
It's too
explosive
horrible for
noises.
words.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like,
So you were being onomatopoeia.
the thing is, I don't remember anything about what the bloke looked like. Although he might as well have not had just a smooth face, like your bloody.
Like the
chav.
question.
Yeah.
Like your...
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Slender.
So all I know is that he's carrying. It's a bloke, and he's carrying something explosive. So we sort of wrestle it out of his hand, and it's on for some reason it's on a plate. So we used
No, you've got hot dogs and dynamite confused again.
Yeah, probably. Which is why this catering story is going to be really boring later. That's why I didn't last in the catering
Got an
industry.
explosive ending.
So,
Sorry.
So, as you fucking well should be. So I throw the plate of explosives into next door's garden, which, in my defence, is a really shitty school. So fuck them.
Yeah, fuck those kids.
No.
Free hot dogs.
Lol.
Those two sentences together sounded horrendous.
I already said
Fuck those kids. Free hot dogs. You can't bite down all the way.
You can give it a good try though.
Maybe you'll win a prize.
Have a go.
Can
So,
I just say from all of
we turf the bloke out of the house, and he comes back, but he doesn't come back into the house. He stands at the door and argues with us. Now, at this point, he's brought back up. Now, if you were going to bring somebody to back you up, what kind of person would you bring?
Nelson Mandela.
Would you care to explain that?
They've got the moral high ground.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
Can't
enough.
argue with
I
them.
would bring...
They're right.
Oh, Brian Blessed.
Why are you saying
Just
dead?
to argue my point.
Nelson
He'd
Mandela
like to
and
come
Gandhi.
in.
Oh,
I added in Gandhi.
Oh, who's...
This bloke brought former WWE champion Mark Henry.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, fine.
He'll get, yeah.
So,
He is the
sexual
world's strongest
chocolate.
man.
Yeah.
So I heard.
and almost as if, as soon as the theme includes a wrestler, Omer'd appears at the side of the house, trying to interrupt everybody when they start a fucking sentence.
Super.
Hot dog.
And then I woke
Jimmy
up.
Snooker.
I really want to wrestle Mark Henry now.
Wait a minute.
Can we do this? Can we set this up?
Omer'd your dream.
Yes! This is why I knew you guys
What
would
was
like
really
it.
weird was I was laying in bed going, feel I should be somewhere.
Back in a minute.
I feel like interrupting a large black man.
I was just sat on the edge. Charlotte's like, "What's the matter, honey? I think you're dreaming." I'm just sitting there going, "Somebody go and get their ass kicked."
That's
Mark Henry's theme, everybody. Yeah.
So just in case you didn't know.
I
I didn't
love
know.
chocolate.
Yeah.
That's sexual chocolate. Was
Just
his
to,
mid-90s
just to
thing.
clarify, whenever you talk about wrestling, I just zone out for a moment.
Do you just hear the Magic Roundabout music again?
Yeah, because none of it makes any sense to me
Sometimes
whatsoever.
I like to put on stretchy pants.
This is what happens whenever I have band practice with my other band, Zestex, is they all talk about football and wrestling for a
Okay.
period in the middle of band practice.
You never want to combine
The
those.
traditional football or wrestling interlude. And what they do is they all talk about these manly things that they have in common, and I just sit in the corner politely and wait for music to happen again because I have nothing to offer and don't worry about anything they're talking about.
There's an interesting side to it. Like we joke or don't joke about that. I talk about wrestling too much, right?
With
But
this not
you-
joke.
No,
exactly.
we don't joke.
I do talk about it a lot. Right? But
We could not be more
I
serious.
once went on a date with when I was single. And when you made him throw up his drink, that's amazing.
Again, Rob, again.
No, I made him raise his
Yeah,
hand.
what you got against my car?
No, I didn't throw that one up.
No, he did very well there.
I successfly held that one in.
Anyway.
so fuck you all.
Suck it
I'm
the rest
pleased that I didn't soil your house again, Blake.
Because the first time was fucking bad enough.
Still
That
sorry,
would-
I'm still
that
sorry
would-
for last
That
time.
would make episode 1 of The Wacky Coach awkward as fuck. With me is Blake Harmer, that guy whose house I keep desecrating.
He's going to look like a shit in the middle of my coach. It's like, Blake, you're literally 3 feet from the toilet. Come on.
Yep.
Coach, you're always 3 feet.
2.5 to be exact. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
you
I went on a date. We met up with this girl just for a drink in a pub. And as sort of opening conversation, what sort of things you're into, turned out she was a really big wrestling fan.
Okay.
I was like, cool. There's nothing I know more about. I am a wrestler. I think she kind of knew that anyway. But
Well, you were dormant at the time.
yeah. So I was talking to you about it.
Sorry,
for a
what? Dormant or dormant?
Dormant.
Like a
As
volcano.
in not active wrestler.
Well, you were dormant at the
A
time.
dormant wrestler, like a
Yeah.
dormant.
Actually, I do have
Basically-
2 friends who wrestle and work as bouncers.
I was going to say, were you
They are dormant.
Oh yeah, I imagine there's a lot
Apparently,
of
Mark
stuff.
Henry's also dormant to random terrorists that appear in your house.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Hey, come on, man. They want to
Come
come
on,
in.
you're not
Yeah.
on the lift.
Grab some hot dogs.
They want to come in. Stop that!
So yeah, I thought I'm in. I can talk. Play a bit. And if there was a lull in conversation, there was always something to talk about. And I thought we were a really, really good night. Walked to home, drove home after that. that was weird actually. I just remembered that I walked her home, walked back to the pub to get my car, and then drove. Anyway,
that's all right.
It's a gentlemanly thing to do, you know. I didn't.
Well, it's also it avoids the presumptive
You're willing
kind
to
of
walk a girl
awkwardness of
home
like,
like
do you want a
40
lift?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, oh well,
40
I
miles.
Yeah,
40 miles.
You're willing to walk a girl home umpteen
40
miles if it
miles.
means you might get your end away.
No.
That's my experience anyway.
You
I'm trying
work,
to think the longest I've ever walked a
You
girl
work-
home.
you work
Not
too hard.
just in general, not with that in mind.
I've never
Did
done
you
it, but I
march
know
that
other
way?
guys have. You know, they've walked girls home miles and miles because they think it's a chance to make their end away.
long story short, the crazy train cast the gentleman.
Yeah. Anyway,
As long as it,
Or desperate.
See,
desperate
you'd be
gentleman.
amazed how often those two
It could
categories
be the
coincide.
subtitles.
Milady.
It's like
for
the
yourself,
crazy
lady.
train.
Yeah.
Desperate gentleman.
I was about to say needs more fedora, but I think we got that covered.
Please give me a foreman's wank.
You wouldn't understand. Don't know how difficult we got it nowadays.
but yeah,
What accent are we appreciating?
during
Spanish.
during this entire night, right? She was consistently bringing up wrestling. Oh, did you see? So actually, I'd say that she brought up more of it than me.
Okay.
I was trying to make a more varied conversation. I was like, oh, she's really into it, you
Yeah.
know. And I would lead
Did that start to make you go like, oh?
No, not. It wasn't. It didn't seem creepy. She just was a big fan. You know,
No,
and
no.
I'm passionate about things,
Yeah.
and sometimes I have trouble hiding it. So I guess other people do too, right?
Yeah, maybe.
And you know, it was little things like, oh, did you? And I would segue it from like, oh, you know.
Did you start talking about other people, like the stories that we try and tell on the fucking Crazy Train, and get interrupted to talk
I know this
about?
guy
race?
snapped
Did
his
you
banjo
reverse
string.
Omer'd this woman?
But no, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I remember seeing that when we went and watched blah 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 with so and so. Oh, that was where there was this really cool thing that happened. And then I'd be like, oh, are you into this thing that I've also seen at this place? And she would constantly segue
I
back
like
to
the
wrestling.
lack of specifics
I love it.
here.
I mean, I can't remember. Like, I'm trying to think.
Are
I'm
you
trying to think of a way.
interested in this thing?
Oh, I think.
How about stuff? Are you a big stuff fan?
I like all of those positions.
No, I got it. For instance, like we used to do WWF.
I took oh yeah, that was the time I went to see WWE at the O2. I remember I went to another thing at the O2. How are you a fan of Cirque du Soleil?
I remember we went to another thing at the O2. How are you a fan of spoons?
That was the National Sports
Callbacks.
Expo.
I went there specifically for the B-days.
I went.
Rain is
No,
really
for instance, like we
Yeah,
used
it's
to
raining pretty heavily. Yeah.
every year when
Luckily we're
WrestleMania.
inside, because otherwise my equipment would be fucked.
I would. I'm just wondering, is that gonna
Positively dozens of pounds wasted.
do you reckon that might come out on the podcast? The sound of that rain.
I
If
don't know.
if it rained any
wonderful.
heavier,
Well, now we
I'd
can
be
stop
shouting
and listen.
Jason in the shopping.
No,
Let's
no,
get
balloon dad. No.
Nice.
Fuck you, kid.
James
Suck a dick.
on.
Let's give it. Tell you what. Let's do a couple of seconds of silence.
What does that sound like?
Yeah, listeners.
Sounds like
If you
rain.
can hear rain, then you can hear the rain.
Then
if
suck
you
a
can't,
dick.
then it's not come through.
I'll know in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's wonderfully
Now's a
atmospheric.
good time
in
to
here.
say
I don't
it
know
in
about
points, probably.
how it's going to come out.
Here's
on
a
the
message
actual
from our
podcast.
sponsors.
I love the fact
Suck a dick.
that he's in a fedora and it's raining outside and he's just sitting there like with a little monologue going, it was wonderfully atmospheric.
When
in
I
the
walk
podcast
home, I'm
room
gonna
that
have
day
my-
on the Crazy Train. I would hope I'd see him again. He still hadn't paid me.
He tips his hat as he
I,
sips his
My lady.
cock.
There is literally a picture of me wearing this and my long coat where I look exactly like the front cover of the Exorcist DVD.
Wow.
Like on a bonfire night. So I was like lighting fireworks, so I'm like in silhouette. And it's literally like The Exorcist. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, later on he was told by a 9-year-old girl that his mother sucks cocks in hell. He was just in Gillingham.
I was like, it's cool. It's cool, I'm being The Exorcist tonight. You say that as much as you want.
They were like, what's
crack
they were like-
addict 9-year-old? Go for it.
They were like, what's
Oh,
the
little kid, the power of Christ compels.
He has
silly child?
He has the
Yeah.
best pillow talk. You be a fucking exorcist, and I'll be a 90-year-old crackle. Whatever. You know.
Jesus, fuck you!
I'm wild like that. I don't know.
So a couple of days later,
We Omer you, Omer. I'm sorry.
it's good. He's got a smile on his face, so he obviously understands that this is just him getting a taste of his own.
yeah, no,
progress.
this is really fucking annoying, aren't I?
Yeah. You just next episode you'll just come in and
The
just
annoying
be
thing
like,
is it's going to make.
Blake, I believe you had a story about that. Just be really calm. Blake, I believe you had a story, and I promise 5 minutes grace.
Fuck's sake, me.
You cunt. Yeah, so a couple of
It's
days later, I
rain
texted-
anyway.
I meant just broke.
Broke bloke.
Nice.
Doff it-
I like that
it
you
does
have a hat to take off to bow to
his-
that.
milady.
It's not his cat.
By far the best thing about wearing a fedora is I can just doff it when
Yeah,
required.
that's nice.
The annoying thing is that the end of this story isn't going to be as interesting now because
No,
we've got
There's far too much build up now, isn't there?
Once
the
again,
thing was basically the long and short of
The
it.
only thing to do now is just build it up even more by constantly.
I don't think I
interrupting.
want to hear it.
who here likes Lego?
Stuck my thumb in her ass.
And a spoon.
What?
No, that's not how the story ends.
Nothing's going to live up to that now.
Not
Fuck it up.
intended.
Nope.
So long and short story is,
So I remembered this thing the other day.
fuck's sake, Blake.
Crazy.
Oh shit, I gave away my position.
Shouldn't have lit
Would
that
you
third
not-
cigarette.
Gotta relocate.
So, alright.
I spent-
Joking aside, finish
I
your
spent the
story.
entire night basically steering the conversation away from wrestling but indulging her interest.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, I was like, oh man, she really talks about it a lot, like maybe a bit too much. A couple of days later, I'm never one of those, like, I'll leave it 3 days, guys, or whatever. I text her just like, do you want to meet up? Do you want to go out again? I had fun. She was like, no, I think you talk about wrestling a bit too much.
Wow.
Yeah, it was to the point where I knew I did, but it was how you don't want to be a child and be like, no, it's you. They are actually biting their
Seriously,
knuckles to stop themselves
So for the
interrupting.
purposes
It's
of
amazing.
radio, Spike is right now chomping at the bit to interrupt Omer'd.
He's gone
He
and
is
got a
so
horse.
desperate to make up for 25 episodes of interrupting
He's
Batman.
found a horse, taking its bit.
He is
chomping.
He
at
is
it.
chomping on the bit to interrupt you as payback for episodes he wasn't even
Do you
on.
remember the time when we were wrestlers?
Yeah. No!
Didn't you wrestle Jimmy Snooker once?
I wrestled
hoping
someone in
you
a
were gonna
gutter
go.
once. That's the closest I ever
I was
got.
hoping she'd say, I don't want to go, you've never wrestled Jimmy Snooker. But that's where you're wrong. Let me tell you what's saying.
Now I know you weren't paying attention, bitch.
You don't talk about wrestling enough. I didn't like it when you talked about other things.
Dragon Super Wrestle.
Like feelings and
One of the
shit.
things I remembered was computer gaming because we and from the fact that
You
whenever
talk
we
about
used to
no
go and
mercy.
watch, whenever we used yes and no, whenever we used to go and watch WrestleMania at a friend's house, we'd have like a No Mercy tournament before it started.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, well, any other? Do you like?
Couldn't
do you
just
know-
play fucking
Do you play
Forza,
computer
that?
games?
Had to be
or-
a wrestling game as
Yeah.
well. It had to be like
It's a house full of wrestlers. What else are we going to play?
anything else.
FIFA.
Yeah, I suppose it's bad memories to be the house full of footballers and you played No Mercy. Well, no, they showed No Mercy. That was it.
I'm choking on my cream soda.
If you know what I mean.
Everyone chokes on my cream soda.
Choking on my bloody cream soda, man.
Bars wank.
It was worse that time we got together a house full of footballers and played SmackDown.
No, they laid the SmackDown.
Here
That's
comes
what
the
it
pain.
was. That was her nickname, right? SmackDown.
Know your role.
No, he
No,
left
you're
her a
old.
bit, he left her a bit raw.
Know your
house.
hole.
Oh, they
No
didn't
one
hear.
heard
They
that.
didn't hear.
What did he say?
Go on
He
again.
left her a bit raw. And did you focus on the TNA?
Yeah.
Oh, I know wrestling!
Oh! Yeah!
You just tagged him in.
I think I've seen her.
Oh, fuck.
Offside.
I once performed a great ram jam.
I'm deported.
Oh wait,
to
that only
China.
the only thing I know about wrestling is I've seen the film The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
You know quite a bit about wrestling.
He has that film.
It's
He has that
amazingly
move
accurate.
called the ram jam.
Yeah.
I'm going to
A
deport
top
to
rope
China.
something.
That's a fantastic film. But
Yeah, I love it. It's a great movie.
it's weird because he's a shit filmmaker. Paul, what's
Aronofsky.
Darren
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky.
He didn't he make Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
I hate that movie.
Exactly.
Isn't that like hipster
Sad-
central
yeah.
along with Fight
Hipster
Club?
heroin.
Have you seen The Fountain?
Yeah, that was good.
It was interesting, but also wank. The Wrestler is the only good
Much
film
like
he's
life.
made. Black Swan was like every bad student film.
Black Swan was good.
My pretentious colleagues, when I did my film degree, all made films that are exactly like bad Black Swan.
That needs to be
You
redone.
are
Bad
amazingly
Swan.
buzzed right now.
What? No,
Nothing.
seriously,
It's fine.
It
You're
was
This is Spike coming out of the show. This is
wobbling.
amazing. I
It's
never
like-
want this to end.
when
I also love the fact that you were like, there's no need to be redundant, dude. The pretentious people on my film degree is just
Yeah.
wasted space.
I
The
was,
pretentious people.
they were all okay. They were all actually no.
Alright, Monsieur Down to Terre.
My mates were all right. They were okay
They
because
were
they
all
made
having
stupid
bush
shit.
they were. All the mates.
Anyway, when I put my hat on Crouch, it becomes racist. Wait for this.
No. Take the hat
It might
back.
take a while to
Take the hat
kick in,
back.
but he normally says really racist
He looks
things
really
when he's got the hat
confused,
on.
like he's conflicted in his mind.
Just
I
because
bet if I put it on, it gets even worse.
oh yeah, you
I
know.
thought it was
curly
like.
hair.
Yes.
Do I look like a Hasidic Jew?
Oh,
So we've been joined by Bray
That's
Wyatt.
what I've just turned my phone on specifically to take a picture of that.
Keep it on.
Yeah, get a picture of that for the E14
I just realised you like
This can be
Salah
fucking.
from
This can
Raiders of
be.
the Lost Ark, so I watched
I
that the other
thought
night.
Krauts looked like shit Heisenberg.
Fuck's sake. How do I take
Mediumsenberg.
Yeah.
Lozenberg.
Losenberg.
Littleberg.
Mesenberg.
Hang on, leave it. I'm going to take a
Mesenberg.
picture.
We're all getting photos of Omer's head.
So we got a question in the E14 mailbag. It's from a guy called Ammo in Wolverhampton.
Who's ammo?
He's a guy who wrote.
Guy in Wolverhampton.
I
Yeah.
hope he's got a good shot.
Like a random.
The dogs to more come from Wolverhampton.
Like
I said that, and then it
Like a
instantly
random
gave myself the doubting
Yeah.
face.
You know what's really funny is
Do we
he's a
know him?
bodybuilder, so he does have huge guns.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you know him?
He's
Yeah, I do, yeah.
is he ever
Oh,
unloaded?
okay, he's
on
not
you?
random then. He's someone known to you.
I know he's a fan of the show who I know, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm going to unload my.
Literally the only thing I know about
So I'm
Wolverhampton is
gonna
the dogs
put a
to more.
voice on to ask this question
Right.
because he'll get the fucking kick out of this like
Okay.
you wouldn't believe. So Omer, had any good matches recently?
Good, no. Matches, yes.
Good answer, perfect. How many matches have you had since the last time we recorded? Two?
That rain is
Probably
really
two.
atmospheric.
Yeah, I like I say, I am pretty much retired, so like, yeah, dormant. But the way I put it now is like,
You're,
I
a man,
had-
you're still a man with a very particular set of skills, right?
yes.
Where's
yeah.
my dog?
There's too much stress, I think, on people saying, "Oh, I'm retired. Oh, I'm doing this." Just if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to do it, do it. It would be the only difference is it would be sad for me to say I'm an active wrestler because people like El Ligero and Zach and people they wrestle every week. They wrestle 3-4 times a week. They're making a living out of it. If I said I'm a full-time professional wrestler and I wrestle once every 3 months, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
So if I basically what I say, and with the utmost respect to people who do wrestle constantly, is I'm not even a weekend warrior.
Yeah.
I don't even get to wrestle once a month. I wrestle as and when somebody needs me, and I want to. I've got a charity show coming up soon.
Yeah.
But so not Sunday, just gone the Sunday before.
No. Sorry, but Crouch, I think in a really convoluted attempt to interrupt Omer'd, has positioned the Simpsons minifigs from last week so that his Homer Simpson figure is doing my Lisa Simpson figure up the arse.
Or vagina.
Crouch, you're a bad fucking man.
This can be the album art for the fucking podcast.
Yeah.
The picture.
and bite. They fight and bite and bite.
Fight. The Simpsons and insertion.
Oh, God.
Great.
That was me rebuking Crouch with a slap.
So not Sunday just past, Sunday before.
I can't believe you did that, Crouch.
Such a cunt.
Alright, guys, come on.
So
He's learned his lesson.
Easy.
my lesson. I've written it 100 times on the blackboard.
No. But sorry, just before you go on, I totally. I was trying to say it earlier, but you carried on talking.
He clearly hasn't learned his fucking lesson then, has he?
So I totally agree. Like to the same degree, I've not done a music gig in like 2 years, and then before that, like another 2 years. But I would never say I'm retired, as it
No,
were,
because
I could happily pick it up again anytime I want.
Yeah, exactly. And the way I put it as well, same with my wrestling, I was never a massive star. I retired from what?
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you know what I mean? But yeah, so not Sunday just gone, Sunday before. I got a call, I got a few missed calls on my phone, and it turns out to be a promoter called Steve Manelli.
Turns
who
out
was
I turned up to the wrong venue.
No,
I went to Cirque du Soleil.
I'd been
looked out of place.
I'd been my girlfriend's a couple of cousins had visited and they've got kids, so we'd gone to Laysdown on the Isle of Sheppey, which is like got 2p machines and seaside town.
Yeah.
So we were playing that all day, and then as I got home, as we got back, I was sitting with a cup of tea. My phone rings. It's been ringing a few times apparently on the drive, and I missed it. A promoter called Steve Manelli, and he was like who I'd worked for a little while before.
Okay.
Probably once before, after the last podcast, if you know what I mean.
Right.
He was like, look, somebody's not showed up. Are you busy? No, I know you were retired. I really need a favour. could you chuck your boots on for the night? I was like, yeah, no, totally. So I went back to Laysdown where I'd been all day.
And then you turned up in your thing, and he's just like, sorry, mate, when I said chuck the boots on, I was expecting you to take the fact that I meant and the outfit as well. Turn up completely naked.
You can't wrestle like that. Yeah, so I went along. It turns out the guy who had been booked had dislocated his shoulder the night before, couldn't go on, and had been trying to get in touch during the day, and only just got in touch. So it was like about an hour before curtain. They got me in, so yeah. But that's wrestling a lot of time. That was why I was trained, is that everything's mostly spontaneous wrestling. Anyway.
So in short, the answer to the question, any wrestling matches recently is yes, there were,
but no, not good.
No.
The guy, I'm normally a bad guy at heel. I do a foreign gimmick. Even when I'm not, I'm just
which goes over. Yeah, I can imagine you can very easily get into the heel thing in the local area.
Even if I'm not doing the foreign thing, I'm a large bearded guy, and I can be a bit rough and intimidating, and it works, you know.
Yeah.
But
not against
13
on the
kids. Night, the guy. No, not against 13 kids. On the night, the guy was quite established there as a bad guy, so they asked me just to do like, would you do local guy? Which one, they couldn't pronounce my name, even when I just went by my first name.
Steve Ibrahim. Just
Steve
the Rave.
But also when I came out, like the other guy's quite old, and he's a good worker, but I'd worked him before where he was the good guy, I was the bad guy. So I was the one moving, I was one. But he's like 51, and he's very adequate at what he does. But when you're the bad guy, you control the match.
Okay.
And he hurt his ankle that day, and he wasn't feeling too great anyway. So the match was very minimal, like what we were doing, and I felt I underperformed, and I really was upset with what I put on for that crowd.
Yeah.
But also, I've had a problem ever since I started wrestling, where I got knee dropped right in the nose and completely smashed my nose.
Right.
Where I'll get nosebleeds, like if I get stressed or anything, like my nose bursts. And then my nose not just bursts off my face. I don't go full Michael Jackson every time I get a bit stressed.
Not everywhere.
But then even if I, take measures to calm myself down and whatever, and like take it easy for a couple of days, the blood vessel is still weak.
Yeah. Sorry, I misheard you for a second there. I thought you said that you use tape measures to calm yourself down.
Yes.
Oh
man,
1 meter.
Brad bought me a gaming tape measure for my birthday, and it's got such it's so cool. It's got such a fast snapback. It's quite
just
relaxing.
to clarify, what's different about a gaming tape measure to say?
Absolutely nothing. But this one's got a brand on it, and it's got like a skull instead of like a regular. It's got.
So it's not got like special things on it.
No, there's nothing. It's measured in inches.
And for that,
I can imagine there are probably some gaming tape measures out there that have. Like there are game systems that probably have their own units of measurement.
Yeah, probably.
So it's probably like 1 1/4 inches is 1 to them.
Yeah.
So I can imagine there's something like that. But for this is just a tape measure with a cool bit. But yeah, that's quite relaxing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so second round of the match, guy gives me a cross chop in the throat. I throw my head back, and my nose just bursts open.
Yeah.
And blood, where I flick my head back so hard, blood goes up from my nose into my eye. And then I call like the round ends, like the end of round 2, and I'm sitting in the corner, and my girlfriend rushes over with a bottle of water and like a wadge of tissues, and they're basically like pouring water in my eye. It's just pouring onto the floor, trying to get this blood out of my eye so I can continue. After that, I was absolutely fine, but it does look pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet. It's
blood just everywhere.
Probably makes for an epic spectacle.
Makes it look real.
Yeah.
I mean,
still real to my face, damn it. So I got sent a link by our number 1 superfan, Paul.
What up, Paul?
Is it Sam Neill watching him have a bath?
It's not.
Oh, bollocks.
So he found... I'm not sure how he found this. I think it did the rounds on the web recently. There's an author on Amazon called Christy Sims.
Nice.
Who writes Dinosaur Erotica.
I have heard of this, strangely, mainly because I'm Christy Sims. No, never mind.
So you're the one responsible for such classics as Taken by the T-Rex.
That's the best. That's great, isn't it? I mean, yes. That's
so there are significantly more. I just read
a sample. We still haven't edited our Sauerkraut thing where we read Mickey Mouse / fiction, have we?
All right. So.
Oh, sorry, that was a slight aside. But
the following is an excerpt from Christy Sims' masterpiece, Soul to the Dragon.
Oh, dragons too.
Yeah.
So dinosaurs with wings.
Oh yeah. No. So
Sorry,
so before I move into this one, there are such ones as I've never heard of this as a genre. Where Tiger Shifter erotic romance.
What?
Where Tiger Shifter?
There's some Japan.
It sounds like a Games Workshop unit.
I'm very sorry to interrupt. I know it's home there, but
it's the Crazy Train. It's pretty standard.
Yeah, but what the fuck are dinosaurs?
Oh. So they're like dragons.
Like Fluffy McRorington, but it's not quite as interesting.
Like Fatty McSkeleton.
Oh, they're all put there
But
to
with
test
flesh
our
on.
brain.
They're
Yes,
like
yes.
angels, except real.
Yeah, there you go.
So I
So
could
sold-
have a guardian dinosaur.
So,
I do have a guardian dinosaur.
sold
It's
to the
called
dragon.
Alfred.
Alfred.
And I'm gonna. So this first paragraph gives you all you need to know about this. You sold me to a dragon? Cara growled, hands on her hips. The rough homespun of her apron itched against her raw palms. She'd been in the fields all day, trying to get the blasted mule to hoe a straight row, while her father went down into the town to sell the last of her mother's pearl pins to buy more seed.
Or things, eh?
So already I've heard hoe, seed, all out of context.
Pearl, yeah.
Foreshadowing.
The little one had tried to lend a hand.
Tiny
But they were
things.
more hindrance than help, to be honest. They were much too small to do anything more than basic housework. The oldest, Penelope, would be only 7 at her next birthday. And young Jamie, the only boy among them, aside from her papa, was barely 2. It was
The
mostly left up...
It was a dragon.
Not old enough for dragon dick then.
See, already, you're funnier than the fucking preview. But unfortunately, understandably, they don't want you to, for a lack of a better expression, blow your load on the sample.
Yo.
So they don't give you anything juicy. It's literally just the intro to every
So you'll have to
This
buy
is
it.
like
to
Babe
read
I'll
it.
have to buy
Yeah.
it for the £1.91. Now, what's scary about these is that I went on Audible and I was like, I wonder. So I typed in.
That's where I've
her
spotted
author.
them.
Yes,
Yes.
I typed in author. They clock in at 32 minutes a piece.
Wow.
Do you have an idea of how long these fucking things are?
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
There's the reason. There's the reason I know him is that she's also written a Viking one,
Yes.
and I'll just look for like random Dark Age Viking audiobooks, and I'm guessing that's where she's popped up.
So
and
it's
I've gone,
not,
what the fuck is this?
So it
And
wasn't
then-
mounted by the griffin.
Wait, and pillaged.
Hidden
Raping
werebear shifter romance.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Beast mating erotica.
Hold on.
Oh, one of these says the alpha, so this must be Brad who wrote this one.
Werebears, right? We're animals.
Yeah.
We're animal porn, yeah?
Yeah.
If you're fucking one and it changes,
Yeah.
what happens? Surely, I will put money on the table to say that is exactly what
He
happens.
He's just like, so that. Fucking, he's all show, this guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to put money on the table. All the listeners are like, wow, this guy must be rolling in it. He's just slapped his hand on the desk and put fuck all out there.
Right, there is
I don't want this.
a pound in 250p.
Fine. No, good.
Now,
Carry on.
at some point in one of the Were fictions, one of the things will change whilst fucking a woman.
Oh, probably, yeah.
That's guaranteed. That's got to be the draw of it to them.
Yeah. So here's some of the other categories, because the titles in themselves are funny enough, but there is Pegasus Erotica.
That's a
Because
category.
of the
Oh
way.
yeah. So basically, what they do is they give you the title, and then in brackets they tell you the category. And there are about 30 books, and probably about 20 distinct categories. So there's one here.
Oh, that'd be great if they're about 20
Sold to the
books.
unicorn. Sold
60
to the dragon.
distinct.
Sold to the werebear.
Sold
Traded to the werebear for pogs.
Sold to the soul.
This definitely feels a bit Garth Marenghi, yeah.
It does.
Christy seems to
Absolutely.
be like-
Absolutely.
I'm one of the few people who's written more books than I've read.
I can no
and
problem
fuck
with that.
more
I have no problem
dragons
with
than
this.
anyone else as well.
So this particular one is
Fuck of dragons.
Menage of the Werewolves, brackets, werewolf, multiple males, one female erotic.
Is
This
that
is
the
just-
title, the whole title.
The brackets thing is just, I guess, just the loose category. Now there are 16 fucking pages of this. So I dread to think
It's
how
just
many
like,
she's actually
A pack of
written.
wolves like to bitch.
Like at that point, when
Sorry, I've just seen Michael ravished by the Triceratops.
Gore!
at what point do they stop being like slash fiction and just become a book?
Well, when you publish them, I guess.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah. But what I mean is like, why not just like business sense? Put how much are these? Like,
like less than £2 each.
and these are an ebook.
Yeah.
16 pages.
Why not just like compile them and sell them for a tenner?
They're doing that too.
Oh, they are. Oh,
yeah.
okay, right.
Some
there
of
you
these
go.
listings are compilations.
A dinosaur
wonderful.
omnibus.
T-Rex Troubles.
Nice.
Yeah,
What? He's got little arms and he can't finger me properly.
pretty much. Yeah.
Not
And
me.
also he's shit on the piano.
Oh, there is
And
another
he's
one.
also shit on the piano.
There's another dragon one there called Mating in Flight.
Mating in flight.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Have you ever heard
I've heard
That's the problem with the book. Crouch says it can't happen because of the fucking Mile High Club.
Have you ever heard of Bad Dragon?
Yes.
Baddragon.com is a website that features like dragon penises and werewolf dildos.
It's marital aids, basically.
Yeah,
in
but
the shape
but
of
fancy.
dragon shaped in quotes.
My girlfriend discovered this purely by accident. She
Bullshit.
actually says- yeah, I know. The more and more you talk to her about it, the less and less it sounds the truth.
Yeah.
But she said she made me a dragon cake for my birthday one year, and she was looking for pictures of Flight of Dragons, etc., etc. And this website popped up. But we would we'd browse through it and laugh our asses off at like the dragon glow in the dark, sparkling, exploding cum dildo or whatever. But even more than that was
the dildo that's made from cum.
Yes, pretty much.
That's playing with fire.
It's one that basically sort of it's like a candle. It melts.
That's the
slowly as you
definition
use
of a
it.
danger
Yeah.
wank.
Yeah.
Shut up and eat your limestone.
Don't you ever fucking make Fly a Dragon sexual again, you nasty man.
We were gonna
Live with whom I have lived.
we were going to write a song called "Shut Up and Eat Your Limestone,"
We did write it.
That's
We just
amazing.
changed the title.
and
oh,
of
yeah.
course it was going to be dirty.
Yeah, even scarier than this website is the
Oh
forum.
my darling.
Oh, hold on. Rob's
Oh.
got an amazing face
He's
on.
doing-
He needs to
he's
say
doing the
this.
sex doll face again.
Erotic milking stories 1 to 3 story bundle. That means she has written 3
That's
erotic
amazing.
milking
Would it be
stories.
right to
What
call them teat tails?
These contain. So this contains, just so we're clear, Dr. Milkman.
Isn't that a character we came up with the first time we met?
He's a doctor of milking.
Dr. Milkman 2, A Milky Midnight Delight.
Wow.
And
Milky
story
Way.
number 3, Milked by an Understanding Hand.
Basically,
Understanding.
that's granny porn, right?
I guess so. I'm not going to fucking read in.
Sounds like a Jim Morrison
Yeah.
lyric, actually.
Real quickly.
No, seriously. Because one of the lines, they did that
This is
extra
the
album
end.
after he died.
Understanding Hand.
No, they did that
Finish
album.
me off.
They did that album
My
after he died,
milky
with all his
friend.
poetry set to music. And one of the lines in that was, "Her cunt gripped me like a warm, friendly hand."
Spread over the rainbow.
Yeah, the more disturbing part of Bad Dragon is that they have a forum
Right.
where you can see their users showing you how these products work.
Good lord.
I don't want to go into any more detail than that because I'll have to go back to my therapist. But yeah, please, if
No,
you
you
want to
won't.
get scared, check those out.
Now that you've said
Unfortunately,
it, I have to check it out.
due to a clerical error, he actually went to the rapist.
Oh no, he's got a dragon
I
squirty
swear.
cum squasher penis.
So, if you fancy checking out any kind of fantasy-based erotica, you
Don't.
could probably not go any worse than 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. A Centaur erotica story bundle.
Nice.
Yeah. So enjoy that, and
4 legs
Enjoy
are
that,
better than
and
two.
you need help.
frankly,
Whee!
if enough people ask about it, I may just buy one and read it on the air.
Can we write
Buy one and read it. on
Some-
the
I
air.
don't know if
Horrible-
I'm not allowed to, maybe I'm not allowed to do that because if there's an audiobook of it,
Yeah,
maybe
I'm
you're
I
going to
can-
write guinea pig fucking.
Well, no, in that case,
Guinea fuck. Guinea fuck.
let's write our
Furry
own.
condom, a guinea
Right.
pig erotica.
But can we write them? Can we write them? You know, like, is it a Family Guy episode with Peter Erotica?
Yes.
Where he's like, that chick I would totally do in the office. Can we write some, like... I always had an idea for, like, a sci-fi story where it's like... And then Luke Skywalker got out his phaser from Star Trek. You know, stuff like that. We should totally do some porn, some erotica that way, where it's like, he sensually rubbed her elbow nipple.
The poorly trained.
Oh, I just imagine
The
a really
CD
horrible
train.
scene with the, like... Oh, when you're feeding a child and it's like,
Yeah.
here comes
Porn
the airplane,
train
but with your
going to
penis
a
and their
tunnel.
ass on.
Here comes the body train.
Here comes the spoon.
He gently flecked each and every one of her singular hairs on her head, and then he slapped her around the face.
And then he spaffed a bit.
Me and Charlotte was having a thing. Whenever we're watching a movie and there's like not a sex scene, but when they're like super romantic or super passionate,
Yeah.
she'll always turn to me and just go, I want to lick you everywhere. And then we'll just like grab my hand and lick between my thumb and forefinger and be like, what are you doing? Like, everywhere.
I believe they call that webbing.
Is that a thing?
Oh, just
Thanks, fun for that.
Just
made that
just
up.
as a fourth wall thing, it's started to cool down outside, and this is good.
Yeah.
It's the next couple of minutes.
It's been really like clammy and sweaty because it's been
Yeah.
really hot today,
Yeah,
and then
really
it's poured down.
It isn't
Yeah.
as
Wait.
atmospheric now, though.
So I'm
We
gonna,
hope you've enjoyed the raincast.
Welcome to the rain car.
and if you can't hear it properly, just flip your iPod from one end to the other.
Get some rice.
That worked better as a gesture, I think, unfortunately.
I'm sad.
Like a rain stick, do that.
Yeah, get some rice, stick it in a tube,
Yeah.
shake it about.
Hey,
Stick some
shall
rice in
we,
your
shall we
iPod.
listen to the rain again for a second?
Nope.
I did a suplex.
Pedigree.
I've got a story about that. So,
Fuck's sake, bloke.
That was enough. That's fine.
yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So, I'll chuck in another question from the mailbag. So,
Oh, there's a can failure going on over here.
Ammo also asked, Rob, I won't do the voice this
Wait,
time.
Do you want me to read?
You're wrong.
I'll read
He's
it.
wrong.
Whatever happens to the Trash Wizard's building job?
Oh shit! That was how you first. I'd forgotten he'd even had a job.
Yeah, so I can tell you what happened to the job. Part of the outside of the shop thing, the building, is
Catastrophe.
now a kind of mural, like different colours and like mosaic finish and stuff. And
Yeah,
that
it actually looks okay.
and that
yeah.
looks really nice.
Oh.
Then there's a window in the building adjacent to it, which does not look so nice because of the contents, which I
Wow.
will read for you from left to right.
Oh, I haven't seen writing.
A pair of headphones mounted on a wall.
What?
Yep. There's like a sort of jutting out bit, and the headphones are kind of hung on them.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought he'd written that.
No.
A pair of headphones mounted on a wall.
TV radio!
Consider this.
A woman
Was he playing
mounted
Cards
on
Against Humanity?
a wall.
Another pair of headphones not mounted on the wall.
Well,
Because why not, right? A wooden duck.
Right.
A wooden mask.
Oh, fuck it.
A wooden plaque that reads Kushti Box.
What?
Kushti box.
That's amazing.
That's probably his weed.
The book Gypsy Boy.
Right, here we go.
Not sure. It's in paperback. I didn't catch the author because I had a photo of it and it's quite
part
small.
of a
right?
3-part Gypsy Erotica.
Sold to a gypsy. For a bag of beans.
Banged
You
by a
sold
pipe.
me to a gypsy dragon.
Lucky Heather. A gypsy erotica.
Hello, I'm Heather.
And I like to get fucked. My luck's in.
Stolen cars, a gypsy erotica.
A set of medals in a frame.
Mhm.
Not sure what they're for. I'm not sure if they're his. Probably not.
Spunk medals.
A hula hoop made of wood.
He likes wood.
He does.
A what's it made of wood?
A wood made of wood.
A wood.
A wood made of what's it?
What happens if you cut
A
the
metal.
wood?
A metal.
Walkers in a
Do
wood.
they make a sound?
A metal made out of dragon.
A picture of Sylvester and Tweety Pie.
Nice.
Ah,
Class.
he has class, yeah.
A picture of
Hey.
Sylvester Stallone and Tweety Pie.
A picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
and
Without
Sweetie Pie.
A keep calm and carry on sign.
Good. Oh, an original though. It's alright.
A doll's head.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We're getting into Toy
Panic.
Story now.
Bells ringing.
A severed
A
head.
t-shirt on a mannequin.
Oh no. Put the head down. Put the head on the mannequin. It's fine.
A skateboard.
Oh, it's dead kids.
This is like the worst generation
What
game
kind
of
of
all time.
skateboard? What kind of skateboard?
One with 4 wheels. What the fuck do you want from me?
There's fish ones and then there's the normal
The
ones.
standard skateboard.
Okay, because if it was a fish
A
one,
cuddly
that
horror.
would have been.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You can win it all. Live the
Cuddly
price is
elder
right.
god.
A kendo stick.
Oh, what?
What's a
Proper
kendo
one?
stick?
Yeah.
Oh, they're expensive as shit.
What's a kendo stick?
Like the wooden,
The ones with the sort of-
wooden swords that
The
like
joined
oh,
together bits of reed that make a really massive
They
sound.
clack and they pinch
Yeah.
you and they hurt like fuck.
Yeah.
Sounds
A
fun.
monkey doll.
Oh, they freak me out.
You mean like
If I had,
They go
there's
simple.
not a lot of things. I was brought up like that. Inanimate objects can't hurt you, so I don't fear them. But monkey dolls, like clapping ones, walking
Oh,
ones,
fine.
they freak me the fuck out. I can't be
Yeah.
anywhere near them.
Okay. A radio.
Oh no,
Not on a table, just
hanging?
draped.
it's floating.
Yeah, just hovering.
They've learned to fly.
A concrete sphinx.
Right
How
now,
big?
there's a curse in there.
How big?
A child's wooden workbench.
Oh no!
Is this all in one window?
All in one window.
How
It's a
big's
bit-
the window?
It's
Quite-
on a conveyor
quite
belt, like the generation.
Cuddly toy.
Concrete
Cuddly horror.
Am I the only one saying, thinking this is a bit Blair Witch?
doll head.
A child's activity centre.
No! Dead kid, dead kid.
Another t-shirt on a different mannequin.
Dead kid, dead kid, dead
But
kid.
does that mannequin have a head?
No. A photo of some birds in a forest.
Okay, no.
A fishing rod.
Uh-oh. Has it got a piece of like child's toy on the end?
No.
Case of champagne.
At the top of it, he's got a moon with a pin-up girl in it.
Oh.
Like one of those sort of wooden ones with
no.
doll. And finally, to round off, a box for a blow-up sex doll.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Trash
People
wizard,
have
everyone.
died in that room.
The trash wizard, everyone.
I like that.
He's a worrying.
If
the
that's the
hero
last time I ever
arrives.
mention him, that will be
That was a
Yeah.
fun story.
a good
That'll
way
be
to end
enough.
it. Yeah, exactly.
But if you mention him again, he will appear.
So I'm going to throw out a couple of questions
Carry
to
on,
the
Trash
room.
We should make
Just
a
do your
horror-
best.
We should make a horror game called Trash Wizard.
Following on from
Chases
last
you about.
episode, what is your least favourite word? Spike, you start us off.
I have a least favourite phrase. I think
Okay.
I might have banged on about this before because I always bang on about this. But I have a
Is it financial month?
no. The phrase "moving forward."
Oh,
I have a
God.
real hatred of
Yeah.
that.
In business speak.
Well, that's
Yeah,
really
or just-
stupid because if you learn to drive a coach, what's the coach doing?
Moving
not
forward.
backwards.
Yeah, but see, that's it. A coach moves forward, right? But when people say moving forward, and what they mean is from now on or in the future,
Yeah.
I just think, fuck off, you twat.
How about moving on? Right, if we were to change subject.
Well,
Is
moving
that
on
okay?
as in that's
Okay.
different. But moving forward, I really don't like it. It's just something that's cropped up in the last couple of years,
Okay.
and it's a stupid phrase that someone in a company made up as like business speak, and I don't like it. It's like Brad uses one where he says that someone said they were, instead of saying they were really busy, he said they were really time poor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of talk, I think, is the worst thing that humanity has ever
Schedulally
invented.
challenged is the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
word.
I have a similar thing where I really hate where people their way of remembering whether the clocks go forward and back is to spring forward
Step
and
forward,
fall
spring back. Yeah.
And I just go, but you could spring back and fall forward. So it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I agree.
Yeah.
Good.
I also hate it, but I also use it, so I can't hate it too
I've
much.
never heard that.
Spring
Crouch.
forward, fall back. You never heard that? No.
What's your least favourite word or phrase?
Again, I don't really have any. I don't like it when people huff at me. That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Two words often used by the same people. Ox, as in can I ox you a
Can I ask
question?
you something?
Yeah, as in ask. And yawn, as in is this yawn? No, not that. No, I've never heard. It might be. I've heard people go.
I've
Is
never heard
this
yawn.
mine? Have you know? Is this mine or is this yawn?
Is it
I've never
they
heard
say-
that.
Your. I'm guessing it's a contraction of
Your
your one.
Yeah.
But
I've
it
heard-
will often be. I always heard it in school loads when I was
Oh,
younger.
no.
I've heard
I
ox.
hate ox.
I've heard ox a
your
lot.
que-
Oh, use.
Use
Right,
lot.
what's use doing?
Oh, use
What
it
about
jokingly,
this?
but it is
Yeah.
an annoying word.
What about is it?
Is it?
Is
Yeah,
it?
but that's become so like.
No, they don't do that anymore. They
They
go,
do.
sure.
Wait, why are you saying
Sure.
they?
Sure. What are you
They.
talking to?
Who's
I do
they?
that. Hang on, I do that, you cheeky cunt.
For show.
Yeah, well, stop.
Sure. No, I find words like
I
that
appreciate
useful.
you use that, Rob. But it's fucking
When,
wrong.
like,
Oh,
as
I
I,
appreciate one of mine.
I'm guessing
Do
forward.
I'm guessing, Blake, you probably get the same thing. Like when you deal with the public, often they'll be telling you. Now you know exactly what they've told you what they want in the opening sentence, but they need to continue with the story. You know, but you can't cut them short because that's rude. So words like sure, okay, yeah. Eventually run out of words. So sure is
When
Oh, I
someone met
just
the trash
stopped
wizard,
them
I got
Yeah.
berated for that.
yeah. You need listening words.
I stop
Yeah.
people from talking.
Just cut them off.
Yeah.
You just stand there,
Stop.
like they're talking, and you just go until they stop.
I have.
You've had the rain! The rain!
I often get.
They're just talking to you, and you're just like, you've had enough words. Move along.
I think I've said it before.
No
but
more
I-
talking for you.
Would you not?
I often have customers who will repeat the same thing over and over. Like, so I repeat the same thing, but they'll be like, "Oh, I need an inner tube fitted." They'll be like, "Yeah, it's normally X price, but if you pop it in, let me have a look. We'll see what we can do." And they'll just carry on like, "Yeah." And when I was going along the road, and I'll be like, "Yeah, pop it in. Leave it with me, and we'll see what we can do."
Because
I
you
used
can't
to
Pop
do
it in,
that.
leave it with me,
Yeah,
and we'll see.
that's
And I'll
similar,
just,
don't we?
and I'll actually now when like my father-in-law,
You're gonna say-
I'm not married, but
When they walk out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
At the cinema, we have like when they walk out. Me and Rob both experienced this, or me and Spike.
yeah.
I will probably do it as well.
They
You
walk
probably
out
did, yeah, in the old
past
days.
the barrier where you rip the ticket, and they're like, "Oh, I just want to have a fag. I just want to get this from my car." And then you're like, "Yeah, that's okay. Just bring your ticket back. It's fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just left it.
you just repeat the stuff.
Yeah,
We
okay,
don't care
yeah,
about
whatever.
your life.
Go.
Just go out.
Just
It's
go.
fine.
I have one customer who is so
You
incredibly
can go
deaf,
outside, it's okay.
so
Yeah.
incredibly deaf that I will see him coming, and I could openly go, "Morning, you cunt," and he'd never hear me. Right? So if there's somebody in the shop with me, he's so deaf, I just turn to them and go, "I'm going to have to shout at this guy. He's completely deaf." And I'll tell him, "Morning," and he never uses like a greeting term. It's always like, and it's always, "How much?" But he doesn't know if I've got it yet. So he definitely gets the... But he'll get the same. No, I don't stock those. Oh, see, because I wanted one. No, I don't stock those. But it's so weird if you don't know him and you walk in the shop. Because there I am just shouting at this really old man the same stock phrase over and over again.
I'm going to unstock this.
Yeah.
You
You shall not pass.
Have you got any Paranet memory games?
Pretty much the embodiment of it.
I'll just wait then.
That is him, yeah, you're right there.
What else I'm trying to think of any other ones I don't like that I'm willing to go into detail about.
It's not necessarily the word. Like some words have a horrible sound to them.
Or what
Like we spoke about moist,
yeah.
discharge.
Sometimes it's about what they represent rather than what they. Yeah.
Oh, that was the
That's my one.
The fellow who did Rock and Rant years ago spent quite a long time talking about discharge.
Oh yeah, Dave Bailey.
That was when you did your
That's a perfectly
standout Fritzl routine. I fucking love that.
It's a perfectly
To this
innocent
day.
word.
Yeah, so to clarify for the listeners who probably were just like, what a bastard doing the routine or such that. I basically likened it to the Scooby-Doo mysteries in terms of the ineptitude of the Austrian police. It was
And
fucking
also
great.
to The Sims.
Oh yeah. Shit, yeah. Fucking hell. I need to find those recordings actually.
Yes,
I'm sure
you
I've got them
do.
somewhere.
Yeah, bonus content.
Yeah, I can stick it on the YouTube channel. Fuck
Absolutely, I'd listen to that.
it. So remember when I was younger and funny?
Yeah.
Pretty much. So,
What do you mean, still funny?
Blake,
yeah,
do you have
no,
a
I mean
word?
younger
I don't
and
think we did
funny.
Blake.
That's the only thing that's changed, really. I thought.
Yeah.
Does Blake have a word he hates? I don't think we got round to you.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Is there anything that particularly irks you?
Irk.
Not really, no.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
ask-
going to
I'm gonna
lie,
ask
I'm a fairly easygoing bloke.
Yeah.
So, on that note, I'm going to call it there. What I'm going to do first is read one from the mailbag, which is designed to incite some positivity, because I feel like we've
That was a bit of a
gone off on
negative
bit
note,
of a
isn't it?
tear.
Yeah.
We've gone off on a bit of a tear, and I think we should bring it back round.
Yeah.
Pull up your ass.
Going around the room,
Ass washer.
what's your favourite thing about the person to your immediate left?
Where
So I'm
where
gonna
are we
start.
from. Go on, you gonna?
I'll say two, actually, about Spike.
It's a bit gay,
Um,
isn't it?
It speaks to...
I'm joking.
Skip him and go to Omer'd.
I will.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you'll be the only one not included, and maybe that'll make you think about what you did.
We're not angry.
We're very disappointed.
You're a tremendous disappointment to your
I'm
mother.
the
and
young, brash one. Leave me alone.
I. You're a tremendous disappointment to your mother and I.
I can learn.
And,
I'll change, I promise.
yeah, he'll change into the future trash rooms or whatever it is.
That's probably, this is, oh shit, this is probably his, like,
Oh,
this is the
Trash
sliding
Rooms
doors moment.
begins.
Yeah.
I've just slid my phone on my groin, accidentally
Trash
text my
with
girlfriend
the
with my
begins.
balls.
Nice.
Oh, just a letter A, but you know.
So, I'll say two things about Spike. We've known each other for many years. Obviously, we've worked together
Many years.
a lot. And he was always a very pleasant person to work with. He had a good he has a good attitude to work. He kind of, like everybody, likes to sort of have a little jokey gripe about, oh, I can't believe this, and but he always kind of, if you needed something done, he was a reliable man to get it done. He's a great addition to the show. I think he's brings a great voice, especially when he's had a few.
Yeah.
I should get drunk every week.
He's
shouldn't I?
delightful when he's drunk.
Whether we're recording or not, yeah.
I'm far more fun when I'm drunk.
Every day, why not?
I think it just brings you out of your shell a bit. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So those are mine.
Cool.
He's a funny drunk, and I work with him a lot.
All right. Well.
This should be good. Should we put on some soft music? This should be good.
Fuck off.
Maybe but hold on, while we're doing it, can we get an audio book of
when we both
Soul to a Dragon?
You were always on my mind.
When we worked together, there were lots of rumours that Crouch and I were a couple. I've never bothered to dispel them, to be honest.
No, it's more fun.
If I had to be gay for anyone, it'd probably be him. But
There's a phrase we can add to the words.
Great.
If I had to be gay for,
yeah,
or
well,
being gay for, I hate that.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
I think being. Yeah.
We don't hate gays.
Anyway,
You
positive.
can't be straight for somebody. Then again, would a gay man say that as a joke? Never mind, move on. Carry on.
Probably. Anyway,
Positivity.
Crouch has impeccable taste in films and music and stuff. He's the only person that I met who would like, I'm reading John Carter of Mars and stuff like that. And I was just like, yep, we're going to be friends forever. And also, fuckingly terribly good at the guitar. Like, immediately better than me.
I would say you're both better musicians than you give yourself credit for.
Well, he's definitely better than me.
Incidentally, I'm apparently just going to weigh in on every single one as well. So.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Friendly Rob, friendly
Fuck
Rob.
it. And He's got a magnificent beard as well.
So yeah, I mean,
thank
basically
you.
this question is one that I wrote, and it stems from
It's nice.
the thing I said in the Year in Review podcast, which I think I stand by, which is that ever since Christmas I've made an effort to keep everything on E14 in a positive, if maybe slightly jovial kind of knocking thing.
You can rant and bitch. But at the end of the day, we do it because we give a shit about what we're talking about.
There's enough people on the internet doing that stuff.
Yes.
And frankly, I'd like to be an example. I'd like to set the example of what I prefer to read.
Feelings,
wearing
them on the car.
Yeah, if I want to read,
it's hard to do negativity positively.
Yeah,
No,
to come away trashing something and making people laugh is very difficult to do.
Absolutely.
You know,
I think
and some people can do it.
Sometimes I think we do a good job of
Yes.
it, but I think it's
the whole. I'm trying to sing my own praises, but the comic book setting on fire because you like a TV series.
Yeah, it's great.
Like to me, that is a good example of trashing something and making a funny moment out of it. I'm trashing that thought. Then again, I'm trashing something negative. So
yeah.
Come on. Anyway, I'm interested in what Crouch thinks about it.
I've got one or two.
oh god.
Or a list.
Oh, maybe we put
By list, do you mean secret shrine in your cupboard?
I'm not saying I don't light a candle to you every week. I light a candle to you every week. You are positively the best storyteller.
No, there's quantity.
Yeah, no. If I tell that many, there's got to be some
The
hits.
thing with Omer is he could literally talk about shit drying in a garden, and I would pay attention.
Okay.
Like, you have an amazing.
Sit down and let me tell you a tale.
And also, I should again interject here to say that the listeners I've spoken to feel the same way.
Yeah,
I love that.
like,
That's great.
It's crazy. You have a crazy skill. Crazy.
This is ultimately why I don't spend the whole episode going, shut up and let somebody else talk.
Like,
even though I really sometimes should.
often when I'm like trying to tell Alicia a story or like someone in my life a story, now since I've met you, I'm just like, how would Omer'd tell this story? And then I try and emulate it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
I really appreciate that
wristband,
because I actually strive to. That is my thing in life, is to tell stories and I've said it before. Not only do I strive to tell stories, I strive to do things that make interesting stories. I don't want to do things that everybody does. No, I don't. That sounds really big-headed. It's like, if I can, like throw fireworks. If I can throw fireworks at a boat,
we're just going to kit him out
and shit like that. No, I like to do things that make good stories. I love to tell stories, and I guess I get to do interesting things because I want a good story.
He's got the whole.
It is big. He's got. No, I appreciate that. It's the nicest compliment I was ever given was when I was in Ireland once, and there was people playing instruments and that, and they often, we often be like, oh, he works in the so and so. Do you remember Fred? He works with work. In Ireland, they often go, doesn't she play flute? Blah blah. And somebody went, Omer, is that so and so's boyfriend? Yeah, the one who tells the stories. Yeah. And that was, again, the nicest compliment you can pay.
So, I don't know if there was some confusion there, but when you were supposed to say nice things about Blake, not yourself.
Nice things.
Somehow Omer'd my...
Yeah. That's an ability. I've just realised how different... Blake looks like a Quaker. That's not my compliment. He put the hat on and he looks like a Quaker.
And then I was there in the field having a wank with the porridge oats.
Blake is...
What's all this technology in my house?
Stop taking your photos with your magic soul box.
Magic soul box.
I guess it's a pretty broad thing, but Blake is one of the, if not the easiest person to get along with. I know.
I couldn't agree more.
It's just
I would second that.
And I know it's partially because you're really unaggressive and unargumentative. You hate you absolutely.
I would have loved for a second there, just for once, he'd just go, "No, fucking no."
Fuck it, no, that's the thing, right? Is that a lot of people who don't like conflict, don't like arguments, and that tend to seem weak and seem to be a walkover. But if Blake is passionate about something, he will talk to you about it. But he does appreciate your, he is the best in the world at getting where you're coming from while still giving you his opinion.
Okay.
Like, I know I can come across as like quite a bully when I talk that way, and a lot of people struggle
if you
to do
say
that.
so.
But Blake's ability to get across his opinion and respect yours is the most. I I can't quite put it. He's the best at it that I've ever seen. And on a more
I'm best at listening to people.
on a slightly
Because I
more
don't fucking talk.
Shut up and talk!
Fuck's sake, me.
on a more superficial thing, like playing the bamboo, that's percussion.
On a more superficial thing, he's also a dish.
Blake's ability to get a beat and a out of anything is a skill that when I first stepped into BCC and he had the washboard, and I was like, how the fuck's he making it sound like that? And then we bring out the drum kit, or the couple times the drum kit from hell, a couple times we've had the drum kit set up, and I'm like, yeah, there's my drum if I ever get a project together. You know what I mean? So on a superficial level, that's that.
We should do this to the right as well.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
To the left.
We can do the right as well. We've still got time. But yeah,
We may have.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying.
We don't.
We don't have time.
I've got about
Oh,
10
yeah,
minutes.
that's true.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We've got 10 minutes. It's Blake's turn. This is the bit I was waiting for.
What can I say about Rob?
Anything you
And on
want?
that note,
Crazy.
Lol.
Nobody.
I've had
Yeah.
many fantasies about Rob Wade over the years.
Yes, I've had many a posh wank thinking about him.
oh goodness!
Oh no. No, seriously.
Starting
No.
performance wank to work my way up.
Rob is the kind of guy and has it many a time, is a guy I can sit and talk to about anything, and almost to the point where it ends up being 3 o'clock in the fucking morning at many occasions.
Every time.
And losing track of time and just chatting and just talking bollocks and having a good time. I also think he's really good at, obviously, all the work he puts into mostly 14 and the Crazy Train is really, really good. And I appreciate it.
I don't think I've agreed with a single thing you've said, because basically what you've come across as, he doesn't know when to fuck off.
No, you are.
Oh, you would be passionate, do you?
The term isn't time waster, you're a time soaker. Like, time spent in your company can just float.
No, I've sat there talking
Again,
to you,
easy
and
going.
then I've gone, oh shit, is that the time? It's not because I'm trying to get rid of you, because otherwise I would have.
That's why he does it at 10:15. Oh, is that the time? Oh!
I've got a big bed.
It's nearly time for my fucking wank.
Look, Rob, this ain't going to fap itself.
Alright, fine, I'll suck a dick.
Thank you, fam.
Make sure you put the spoon up my ass as well.
Like and subscribe
B-Day.
It's my anus.
to my anus.
Subscribe to my anus. Every time
No,
I
but-
move. Bing!
Follow me on Shitter.
There's a grinder for that.
You do a lot of work on this, and you keep it fun as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a lot more fun than I imagined it would be. So
Yeah.
like,
We
I know it'd
wouldn't,
be fun,
we
but-
wouldn't have kept this up for a year if we pulled the shit out of us.
Yeah.
You're like,
I like the fact that we've kind of written, we've been going for a year and it's all because of you. It's like, it's almost as if we're like, it feels like it's the last Crazy Train, but it's not.
you're like the Viagra
Yeah.
for the team.
Yeah, no, this is because it's the
Keeping us
wacky
up.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should end it here and just go to the wacky bus.
Yeah.
Join us next week on the Wacky
Oh,
Coach.
fuck you guys.
Yeah. First track, 3 wheels of sad.
So yeah, I mean, I'm very grateful to hear that. I mean, it's, you know, I genuinely hope that the people listening to this get 10% of the enjoyment from it that I do, because then they're having a really fucking good time.
Yeah.
Because this is some of the most fun, like sitting with you guys, just chatting shit, doing what we'd be doing anyway with a microphone and publishing on iTunes and stuff. I don't consider that stuff to be work. It's fun for me to do that stuff, because it, like, going back through, and it sounds massively narcissistic, but I genuinely feel that some of the episodes of the Crazy Train are the best things I've ever done creatively.
That's
and
cool.
it speaks to the testament, the quality of those episodes, that I can go back and listen to certain ones, like episode 12 or episode 22, which is the one with all the superhero pun-offs.
Oh.
That the more I listen to it, that's fast becoming my favourite Crazy Train, because it's
Great.
just so good.
The great thing with you and it as well is you're so grounded with it. Like, you don't give a shit if you're the only person listening. You enjoyed it.
I might well be.
Yeah, no, it's great to know that people listen.
I don't.
But
listen to
we've said it before. We sit in here and do this because we want to. Like, we're under no illusion that we're superstars because of it. If one person gets a giggle every now and again out of it, that's great. And Rob as well knows that Rob does it out of his own love, and would do this even if there was no way of publishing it. I believe you would record them to your computer and listen to them every now and again. Give it to us on a CD once every couple of months. and I think that would probably tide you out. It's good that it gives you a reason to put it out there. Is that we can publish it on iTunes and stuff like that.
Sure.
But we would do this anyway, and we might record it anyway because we think we're kind of funny.
Why are you pointing at me for?
You went sure.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was trying to sell some yoga.
I was talking about the engine, yeah.
I was rebuking you subtly.
So we can do one of two things now. With that said, we can either go back around the room in the other direction, or I can ask a different question which feeds nicely from the conversation we've just had. It's up to you.
I will do the question.
Yeah,
Question?
next question.
After 26 episodes, what is your favourite Crazy Train moment to date?
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Hey mum, heads up.
You like that one?
That's still the thing that makes me laugh the
Just
most.
the fact that I had that
I
weird
wasn't
dream
even in
was-
that episode. I was listening to it. It
I was
killed
listening to it
me.
today, actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
The bit where you choke is quite funny.
that's
That-
pretty good.
that
And
is
the
great.
Mongli Shang grass jelly.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Oh, that's
That
memorable.
was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I can't pick
Yeah.
a moment. They all just kind of.
I do like.
I think it's very hard to define one moment.
In terms of what I would listen back to as a person listening, the fuck's sake Blake
Oh god,
was
yes.
The first
time we did the fuck's sake Blake absolutely fucking killed me when I listened back to it.
yeah.
Actually, like this episode, the interruptions of me might be my favourite
Oh, really?
bit we've done.
Okay.
That was so like I know I mean the people listening can't see what we were doing, but it may have looked like I was annoyed, but it was just fucking killing me.
Yeah.
Like it was so funny. But I then had to drive myself. I'm gonna tell this fucking
Yeah, yeah,
story
sure.
because otherwise,
Now
it
you
would've-
know how we
it would've-
feel.
It would have been shit.
I
And it
struggle to get a word in edgeways. So
Yes, you-
I'm just like.
I do. So I'll say a few of mine. So, like I said, the superhero pun off in episode 22,
Yeah,
all the way through to Leonardo's a cunt,
Oh yeah.
is
he's not, but I enjoyed that.
fucking incredible.
We shall see.
Like, it's one of my favourite things. I really liked the first episode where we all got together, including Brad. The episode 10 with that was the one with the grass jelly drink.
Yeah.
The conversation about the bicycle vampire,
And Gilly
Yeah.
the ghillie suit man. all
Gilly
that
suit.
stuff.
Oh shit, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That episode's great. Trying to think of some other ones. Episode 12. Just the quality of stories in that is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And that's just too much fun. That was another one.
Oh, sex
Grouchy's
stories.
sex
Yeah.
stories.
I have
Yeah.
to,
To me-
no more.
To me, the episodes that kind of are the best to listen back to are the ones where you can hear how much fun we're having, just telling those stories and bouncing back and forth off each other. And that's what the Crazy Train is. This is why I started it. That's why I keep doing it. So
I think you'll think episode 25 is.
I loved
as
episode
well.
I loved episode 25 recording it. I really did.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that felt like really good, really natural conversation, and that's what I'm after because ultimately, two reasons. First of all, it seems more fun, and two, it's really easy on the editing.
Yeah.
So on that note, because we've been going for a little while, I'm going to call it there. So my thanks to Spike Direction.
You caught me off guard there. I hadn't got anything prepared. Ah!
Well, you had that prepared.
Well, you handled that well.
That'll do.
Sal Crouch.
B-Day!
I'm Ibrahim.
I love me.
Sorry, can you say that again?
You can't spell Omer'd without me.
Oh shit! I'm gonna write that on a T-shirt. I came out with one for the shop the other day. Bike shop. Where there's a wheel, there's a way.
Nice.
That's good. Blake Harmer.
I appreciated this episode.
Blake's reviews.
Blake's appreciation
I
hour.
quite like this game. I appreciated the graphics.
I don't like this game, but I appreciate the effort involved.
Yeah.
And I've been your host, Rob Wade. If you've enjoyed the show, you can subscribe.
Get help.
Yeah, that very much so. Probably take a hard look at your life. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. You can find us at emotionally14.com. That's 14.com. I just renewed the domain recently, so it'll be around for a little while longer.
Yay.
I'm kidding. It's, a few months ago.
Oh.
It's at facebook.com/emotionally14. You can find us on Twitter at emotionally14. I'm at Rob Wade Vision. Omer's at the Iron Turk Omer. Sal Crouch is at Grost. Spike is at Big Beat 1985. You can find Spike and Crouch's band Sour Crouch and the Xenophobes on Bandcamp and Facebook. You can find... Is the Bender Crack Corn page still there?
It's still there if you want to look through things we've recently
You-
done.
if
But
Failed
if
to talk
you want-
about that for a second.
yeah, no, yeah,
We gave them the gist. That's
yeah.
fine.
We all
They did
amicably.
their last
I
gig.
would real quick for anybody listening to this that knows the band. is I have heard some nasty rumours that BCC fell out. We didn't. We just decided not to be a band anymore. Blake, Omer'd, Ronnie, still the best of friends. We intend to meet up constantly, so I want to put that to bed.
Well, yeah, and also, we've talked about using some of the practice time to record more podcasts.
Yeah, the reason we're actually here tonight is because we're not at band practice time.
Yeah, exactly. So, I basically swooped in and, I'm swooping.
Stole.
Every down
form of
but we'll be out and about making some kind of music noise at some point.
They're going to become xenophobes. It's inevitable.
So on a personal level on this one, what I would really like to see is more people, listeners, sharing this podcast, because I think that I think it's worth doing. I think it deserves it. I think it's good enough to share. So I'll be taking some steps to do that a little bit in the near future. Mm-hmm. Just finding nice, cheap, cheerful ways to put it in a few more ears. Yeah.
I think people who will enjoy it.
And I encourage cast crew listeners to do the same. So on that note, thank you very much for listening, continuing to do so, and we will keep you entertained as long as it's fun for us. So it's a bit selfish, but whatever.
Yeah,
I love me.